Hi, I'm Professor Angus Cress Gillespie, your host here on East Brunswick Television, and I'm here with Ercan Tozan, who's the Executive Director of Peace Island Institute of New Jersey, based in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. His organization was founded by Turkish Americans in North Jersey, and they endeavor to promote respect and understanding among all faiths and cultures by organizing educational and cultural activities. For more than a year, I've been working with Ercan Tozan to plan for celebrating Turkish culture at the New Jersey Folk Festival in April of 2017. Because of our mutual interest in this project, I've invited him to our studio today. Ercan, you had your formal education in Turkey. You studied chemistry. And then you taught in Turkmenistan for a time.
First, yes.
And then you were in academic administration in both Connecticut and New York State.
Correct.
How did it happen that you turned to peace work?
Actually, as an administrator in a school environment, dealing with the students, I was also working really different local peace-related activities.
So you were always interested?
Always.
Yeah.
I was inviting the local authorities to the school. I was visiting the many religious institutions also personally and with my family. And in I believe I'm really strong believer coming together. So knowing each other, it's really important.
So as an academic administrator, you were always trying to bring peace studies into the curriculum.
Always, always. And especially the after-school activities and then the character educations in my school. And then we were trying to promote the universal values. Because the young generation is really important. If they have universal values, and then we can talk about our future, actually.
Well, at the present time, you're the Executive Director of Peace Island Institute here in New Jersey. Yep. Can you give us a little of the history of Peace Island Institute?
Of course. 2003, actually the Peace Islands Institute name was Interfaith Dialogue Center. The Interfaith Dialogue Center established 2003 at Karstadt, New Jersey, and basically the working with the interfaith-related activities and then visiting churches, we call the friendship gatherings. After the mass ceremony, we were bringing the padlock foods, eating together, talking about similarities instead of differences, and the religion itself was the peace. Consist of peace, and for that reason coming together, sharing the similarities was great. But years and years, when we look at the Interfaith Dialogue Center activities, not just only organizing events related with the interfaith, but visiting the local universities, talking about some global or social issues, organizing panels, conferences, and then board decided to change the name Peace Islands Institute. And basically our main mission and vision coming together, building bridge each other, and then to know each other and promote the peace. And Peace Islands Institute 2011, not established, but continuing the Interfaith Dialogue Center, not just only interfaith-related activities, conferences, panels related with the global issues, social issues, and continue its mission and right now.
I understand that Peace Island is a phrase that's often been used by Fethullah Gulen. What's his role within Peace Island Institute?
Fethullah Gulen is the main idea sources.
He's an intellectual. He's a thinker.
He's intellectual thinker, but first of all, it's the religious person, but when we talk about his life, if just saying that preacher doesn't cover his life. He's also the author for over 65 books.
Wow.
And plus, he's talking about education, always. Education is the key, he says, to solve the humanity problems. And disunity, poverty, and education are the main problems of the humanity. We have to solve those problems. We have to come together, show the unity, and open the schools, and educate the young generations. And also, poverty is really important problems.
Yeah.
Provide some kind of sources for the people, and then like relief foundations, or education, provide the people job, and then poverty will be ended at that time. But he's an honorary president of the Peace Islands Institute, and then we inspired by his teaching and his ideas, and we are trying to connect with the people, talk about the similarities, peace building, and especially those ideas coming together, knowing each other, is the key component what we are doing right now.
Getting to know each other reminds me, one of the ideas of Peace Island Institute was to gather up prominent American leaders in law enforcement and education and religion, and sponsor trips to Turkey so Americans of all different faiths can get to know Muslims in Turkey and to get along.
Yes.
Can you give us some examples of such tours?
Actually, for those events, and to show the model person to the public, it's really important. Model successful person, and especially the state of New Jersey, and we are trying to recognize the successful people in our award ceremony, annual award ceremony, and we are giving the 5 different areas awards to the nominees, and the education award, business award, diversity awards, and those areas we're asking our friends all over the state of New Jersey. They are giving the nominees to us.
And some of those awardees you've taken on trips to Turkey.
And then actually not just only the awardees, but trip to Turkey, we call them intercultural trip to Turkey, but at the same time that we had the trip in the different places, but mainly in Turkey. Yeah. We call the intercultural trip because to understand the culture, you have to live inside the culture.
Yeah.
And depends on the groups. We were going to Turkey with academicians from university staff, and then at that time we were visiting the universities over there. But it's the best part, and then every time when we go to Turkey visiting the historical places, but the best part is having a dinner with the Turkish family at night.
Yes.
And then because at that time, really being with the culture.
Yeah.
You are really being and connecting with the culture of Turkey and then the Turkish people. But depends on the time. We are visiting many historical and the natural places. Depends on the group. We were visiting the schools, colleges, universities, and other non-profit organizations. But the best parts, spending a week, maximum 10 days together, and then having connections with the public in that country, and then really, really focus on the intercultural activities and intercultural results. And when we turn back, everybody knows the Turkish people, and they're having good time, and then the good connections with our guests in Turkey, actually.
And presumably, they spread goodwill about Turkey through word of mouth that once they return.
That's the basically, yes. And also the Turkey, I don't know, the Anatolia has many civilizations.
Of course.
And especially in Istanbul, you know, the past meets with present, actually.
Yes.
You can live like a timeline in Istanbul. But also, as a peace builder, as a peacemakers meets in Peace Islands Institute, actually. Istanbul is a kind of symbolic peace place.
Yeah, well, you take the Hippodrome, for example. Used to be a racetrack. Now it's selling souvenirs.
Yes, and next to the Blue Mosque.
Yeah.
And you can see the Blue Mosque, one corner, Hagia Sophia in the other corner, and the other synagogues, churches, and then the mosque are the same place, and they are living together without any conflict. And for that reason, we have many Turkish friends right now, or Turkish travel guests, or the Turkish travel friends, and in here in state of New Jersey.
I understand you have law enforcement awards. What are your criteria for selecting people for the law enforcement award?
Actually, we didn't establish any guidelines or criteria, but basically we asked every departments, you know, the federal level, the state level, county level, and the local level, or connections. For example,
so you solicit recommendations.
Yes, we are asking the departments, for example, U.S. Attorney Office, and then anyone's. We would like to recognize them. They are giving the names and then their successful, work.
Yeah.
For example, a couple of years ago, I remember one of the state trooper saved the child's life. They brought us during the award ceremony, we broadcasting, we screened the dashboard's camera, you know.
Wow.
I think on the side of the highway, the lady was screaming and yelling because his child was choking. And then these two state troopers stopped next to it, take the child, first aid action, you know, the
Heimlich maneuver.
Yes, and then they helped that young child and they saved his life. And because of that, the state trooper superintendent nominee those two troopers for our Peace Islands Institute Law Enforcement Award ceremony, and we basically say all law enforcement, big thank you.
Yeah.
Because they are putting their life in danger for our safety.
Yeah.
I know the journalists and then the law enforcement members are not getting a lot those kind of appreciations. We would like to be
emphasize the positive.
Positive. Yes. Yes.
And you have a special award category for women?
Actually, and also every year, last 5 years, we are organizing as a Peace Islands Institute Value of Women Award ceremony, and the JFK Hospital here is hosting last 4 years. We are recognizing successful women every year, but depends on the topic. For example, the last year topic is businesswoman.
Oh, okay.
And this year we recognized the two women in charity organizations and the successful actions they did. But every year we are having a general topic, and we are recognizing women also in our award ceremony.
Tell me a little bit about your dialogue and unity dinners.
And every year, actually, under the award ceremony, actually, that we call the dialogue and the unity dinner. And because we are recognizing our awardees, as I said, the media awards, business award, educational award, diversity award, and the public service award in 5 areas. But this is not just only the events for those 5 individuals.
Yeah.
We are inviting everyone's through the state of New Jersey, from all the public, legislatives comes, law enforcement comes, academician comes, or volunteers comes. Around 300 people are attending our event. And when you establish an event like this, the 8 people, maximum 10 people, when you set up the table, they are talking each other.
Yes.
They are asking their job.
Yes.
They are, communicating, interacting each others. And then it means unity.
Yeah.
It means dialogue. Not just only, maybe we can say that as a Peace Islands Institute, we are trying to create the reason to come together, unite the people, and then building the bridge. One of the reasons is unity and dialogue dinners.
Yeah. I recall you did have a special recognition for the 10th anniversary of the events of 9/11. Will there be such a thing for the 15th anniversary?
Actually, in this 15th anniversary, it's a really important time, and we didn't organize the big events in a hotel environment, but Wednesday we have the luncheon programs in our office, and commemorating 15th anniversary of September 11th and history of terrorism. And then 2 professors, the Dr. Ruiz, and then she's the Civil Rights Commissioner in state of New Jersey, talk about the September 11th, because she had her personal experience also at that time. And the Dr. Hassan Arslan talk about the history of terrorism, because it's really, really important to understand that topic too. But that's the Sunday, the September 11th.
Yeah.
For that reason, we organized that the panel programs in our office, and we don't have any other big events.
It's on a smaller scale.
In a small scale, this year.
Tell me a little bit about your Abraham Tables luncheons.
Okay, and as I said, the name was Interfaith Dialogue Center.
So let me guess, Abraham is the father of three different religions. Yeah.
Yes, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. But always, we call the Abraham Table discussion program, or Abraham Table the panel programs, because those 3 religions is also called Abrahamic religions.
Yes.
And most of the time, everybody talks about the differences,
yes,
or the making critics. We just want to make sure that we don't have any differences. We have a lot similarities, and always we are picking up a topic. For example, I remember the last one is, what is the concept of God in 3 religions? And the rabbi is explaining what is the concept of God, and then the reverend or pastor is explaining what is the concept of God in Christianity, and we organize a speaker in the Islamic traditions too. But basically, those events, the friendship gatherings,
yes,
and the Abraham Table discussion programs, and those are we call the grassroots activities.
Yeah.
I remember one of the visitors when they come and then they get more information about Peace Islands Institute in our office. He called me. He asked me that, where do you want to see the Peace Islands Institute after 5 years?
Yeah.
And then I said, we will stay the same place. Grassroots activities is the key. We have to walk. We have to knock the doors. We have to create the reasons to get the people together. Those Abraham Table discussion programs is also one of them, grassroots activities. Yeah. We're organizing those events, Abraham Table discussion programs in our office place, Drew University, and the Seton Hall University, different churches and synagogues also, not just only one place. We have every place.
Moving around.
Moving around.
Tell me a little bit about the art and essay contest.
That's the really signature event when we look at the whole pictures, and because maybe I didn't mention that the Peace Islands Institute established 2003 as an Interfaith Dialogue Center in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But when we changed the name 2011, Peace Islands Institute, we opened the branches in New York, New Jersey, we had the headquarters, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and upstate New York.
Right.
But always the New Jersey branch is the pioneer.
Yeah.
You know, organizing events. And then, for example, I remember the Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner last year, and our Pennsylvania executive director took one of the booklets in law enforcement, and then they bring to those law enforcements in the Philadelphia, and then they said we want to organize the events like Peace Islands Institute in New Jersey does, and then they use our events as a model.
They copy the idea.
Yes, but
it's okay.
It's a good copy, actually. And that's really important. And Art and Essay Contest is like one of the pioneer events. The yearly we're organizing those events as contests among the middle school students and the high school students, whole state of New Jersey. Basically, every year we are deciding the topic, creating the guidelines, and I'm sending to that guidelines and the topic to state education department. They are distributing the whole public and the private schools. The last year topic was the cyberbullying, increasing worry in our public school system.
Yes.
And then but when we start the first time, our topic was diversity. And then after that, we picked the topic poverty. And the third year, the topic was who is your neighbor?
Nice.
Do you know the next door? Who's he or she? Yeah. But at the same time, every year, we put some restrictions for the teachers because we were receiving the increased number of the essays and then the art pieces from the students. We put the restrictions for every teacher's maximum 5 essays or the 5 art pieces. Last year we got the 800 art pieces, over 800 art pieces, and over 1,200 essays. And our judges needed one more week to finalize.
It's a lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah. Finalize the winners, and at the end of the contest, and when we decide the winners, we are organizing an award ceremony for them with the dignitaries, and we have our separate website, also artandessay.org. The kids are really talented, and as an educator, I love all the kids and dealing with them.
Sure, of course.
This is my another important events actually here in the state of New Jersey. And also the first 3 years we create the really great booklets.
Oh yes.
About art and essay contest. the copy, you know, all the pictures. We publish it.
Yeah.
And then we are thinking that not just only, you know, the organizing events, only, you know, the 1 night, 2 hours, but also publishing on the website, creating the booklets, and then the distributing to the public. Because maybe as a Peace Islands Institute, we can organize those kind of events, but we would like to other nonprofit organizations also make some similar activities to promote peace, and then it will be
catch on.
Yes.
I understand April 29th, 2017, the New Jersey Folk Festival will be featuring the folk arts of Turkey and Turkish Americans. How can Peace Island Institute help the folk festival in planning for the event?
The most important parts, I'm from Turkey.
Yeah, I gathered.
Yeah. and I have really good connections through the Peace Islands Institute and also our sister organization, Turkish Cultural Center, with the all Turkish community in state of New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut, actually. And that connections will be helpful for folk festival. And also, the last year I was here at the folk festival.
Oh, good.
And then I attended there. I was the honorary chairperson also for the event. And I think the Turkey and the Turkish culture is really important. The topic for the festival, I think 42 or 43 years old.
Yes.
Folk festival. It's during the communications with you actually about the folk festival, and then we talked many times.
So what are some of the things that visitors might possibly see?
Actually, that's really the important parts. And the last 4 years, there was an event in West Coast.
Yes.
Actually, we called the Anatolian Festival. And that festival is not a regular festival. Normally, the Turkish community over there trying to bring the monuments and from Turkey to that festival. You can easily see the entrance of the Topkapi Palace over there.
Like a replica.
Yes, like a replica. And also different castles in the parts of the Turkey.
So quite possibly there'll be these architectural facsimiles at the New Jersey Folk Festival.
Actually, we have all those items.
They're in storage.
We in the storage, and we would like to have them, not all of them, but some of them in our folk festival.
And you'll be looking for singers and dancers.
And especially it calls the folk festival. We're looking and organizing. We know a lot of people around here, and then the singers and also art craft people, you know, and I think that we are gonna provide many folk festival related material.
It sounds pretty exciting. There's going to be a lot of singers, dancers, musicians, craftspeople. We have all this to look forward to. April 29th, 2017. Thanks for your help.
Thank you.
Okay.